All right, let's get into it.
It doesn't even feel like Friday.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
But welcome back.
Well, Christopher Columbus Day off, so our Tuesday felt like Monday.
It was a very Monday-y Tuesday.
Yeah.
But now we're back. I don't even know what day it is, but for all you listeners out there, it's Friday. So congratulations. You made it through another week. We're almost there to the weekend.
Yes.
Almost. The world's the floor's lava and the world's on fire.
Yes.
It's funny. I mean, there's a lot that's going on that's very serious. There's a lot that's going on that it's absolutely comical, but it's serious, and that's what scares me.
Yeah. Do you have a for instance?
I do.
Because you're generalizing. It applies to like 99% of everything.
I know, right? I'm trying to figure out how to lead into this, and I don't think there's any way, but whether than to just do it. So New York City has a self-proclaimed Democratic Socialist candidate.
Yeah.
That's running for election in November. About a month ago, he put a statement out, and more recently, he publicly stood by it again. And this headline is, Mamdani stands by promise to arrest Netanyahu if he comes to New York City.
Yeah.
Bro, you are a mayoral candidate. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Even if you were
but this is where I was like, it's comical, but it's serious.
Even if you were a mayor, right? Like you're not. I mean, okay. How much pull does the mayor have with the police chief of that city? Probably a little bit.
Well, it depends.
But not when he's.
Because sometimes they butt heads and they don't like each other.
Right.
You know.
But say you have a police chief and the mayor, and they both agree, yes, this is what we're going to do.
Yep.
What jurisdiction?
Oh, this is where it gets better.
Does
this is where it gets better?
Police have
right. So, as Mamdani told the New York Times, it is important that New York City is in compliance with international criminal law. So, what was it now? Over a year ago, the ICC issued an arrest warrant for Benjamin Netanyahu.
Yeah.
Right?
I think it was well over a year ago.
Well, however long it was. They don't have an enforcement arm.
Right.
So they're like, hey, arrest warrant. And you're like, cool story, bro. I'm going to continue this conflict that's going on right now until my people are safe. But so this dude, Mamdani, is just like, no, I'll be your enforcement arm.
Yeah. If
he comes to New York City. The Times reported that Mamdani's stance confused his allies and noted that the U.S. does not recognize the authority of the International Criminal Court, which issued the arrest warrant. So, with that being said, how can, if the U.S. doesn't recognize that authority?
Let's just reverse the roles a little bit here. Let's say Trump went to another country.
Yeah.
And a local city police chief
is like, I'm going to arrest President Trump.
Did arrest President Trump. What do you think would happen?
Do you think the Secret Service would allow that to happen?
One, no. And I'm pretty sure Netanyahu has something similar to his Secret Service.
Right? Benjamin Netanyahu also has this fancy thing called diplomatic immunity.
Yes.
And in this country, that means something.
That's where I was going with this, right? Like, what happens when a police department decides they're going to arrest a diplomat? I think that it becomes a larger issue than the city, than the state.
Well, like, what are you gonna? How is the mayor of New York City going to apprehend,
right,
and transport?
Yeah.
It's a prime minister of an allied country.
Now it's not okay. Let's boil this down. This is a good topic. So then you have, okay, is it a regular beat cop that's going to do this? No, it would be the SWAT team probably, right?
I'll bet you he would handpick the
he would
people.
have to, because if you just gave the order to the SWAT team to arrest Netanyahu,
Like,
wait, no,
yeah.
right?
I
Probably.
feel like even a beat cop is gonna look at that and be like, "I'll take the firing. I'm not. I'm not even getting close to this."
Right?
Like,
This is so, it makes no sense.
Yep. Your favorite person, Jerry Nadler, said the city of New York has no jurisdiction to do such a thing, which I don't agree with that guy a lot, but
Right.
I agree with him.
Us morons sitting at this table know enough to know that the jurisdiction is not there.
this feels a lot like they're like putting your energy in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
Like New York's got a lot going on. I think that's probably pretty low on the priority list, if I had to guess.
Yeah, that one's crazy.
Yeah,
It would be hard to arrest Netanyahu if he was drunk driving and accidentally or purposely killed somebody. It would be hard for New York to arrest him for that.
well, yeah. I mean,
If he did it in New York City, you know what I mean?
That whole diplomatic immunity thing, that's
It's
really
pretty significant.
Yeah, it really is. like you could be caught in the act and be like diplomatic immunity. They're like, shit. Okay, well, we'll get you out of here.
Start on the cover up.
I don't know the exact, legalities behind it, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to pick out some other fun lines in this article because it's
Well, let's go back to his election that he won, or his nomination, I guess. So he did a Democratic primary, and he was up against, what was it, Blasio,
yeah,
who got kicked out of office for
being a shitbag.
being a shitbag, and up against Eric Adams, who essentially turned Republican while in office because everybody was trying to fuck him over.
Right.
I mean, and maybe he deserved it. I'm not getting into that. I don't really know. I'm just saying, like, those were his opponents, right? I still wouldn't have picked this guy, even if I was a Democrat. But the choices weren't great for any level-headed voter out there on the Democratic side, right?
Yeah.
Your three choices are pretty bad.
Yep.
But
yeah,
yeah.
I understand that you have to have talking points, right? You have to get your name in the headline somehow.
Yeah.
Bad publicity, still publicity.
Right.
I get all of it. But at what point do the people in New York City actually wake up and realize, oh, this guy's actually serious?
Well, not only that, but Trump had a good line today because Trump endorsed the Republican candidate or one of them for New York. I can't remember who that is, but
the shitty part is he only has 14 or 17% in polls right now.
Right. But Trump endorsed this guy, but he was talking about what's this dude's name?
Mamdani.
Mamdani. He's talking about him. He's a 33-year-old who's done nothing. He's never worked. He's never done anything in his life. And you're going to make him the mayor of New York City?
Yeah.
Jesus.
No. And some of his viewpoints, it's just we're just going to give everybody everything for free.
Yeah. Like his cheap grocery store that he's going to have. Right?
If he gets in and he does that stuff, it's going to be, New York City won't be the same afterwards.
There's going to be long-term damage there. Yes.
Because it's already happening in New York. There are people that are leaving because they're not happy with how everything's going and with their tax rates and all, everything. Obviously there's people that stay too. But businesses are leaving, and that's huge tax revenues. I mean, it's fucking New York City, right? It's okay, we'll take 6 drops out of the bucket with all the people leaving.
Yeah.
But eventually that trickle down, you know what I mean? It's not going to be oh, it's the Big Apple, it's so much fun and blah, blah, blah. It's oh, you want to get mugged?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's 4 places you can go, and they're tourist traps.
I remember growing up in what was the early 90s or so. And it was you don't go to New York City.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it was bad. And then who came in and really cleaned it up? There was a mayor that, well, Giuliani did a good job.
Mm-hmm.
And then after 9/11, like we were in New York City all the time, and everybody was like on the same team at that point
For a little while.
Right?
Yep. People are special.
Yeah. Luckily, New York City policies have never really affected me in my life.
No, they're not like California where they're overreaching.
Yeah.
It has always surprised me. I a lot of the stand-up comics that I like listening to and watching their stuff, a lot of them are out in New York. And there's been a few of them that are like, no, I'm going to stay in New York. And it's like, that's so crazy to me that you like, because they tour. It's not like they just do New York.
Right.
It's like, there's plenty that have moved out. Like Shane Gillis openly is like, no, I'm in Texas because I don't pay tax. Like that is 90% of the reason I moved here. And the guys that are in New York, they're like, yeah, I'm paying like 40, 50, 60% tax rate, but I like New York. I'm like, fuck, man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You're giving up that much.
Because you just don't know it's better somewhere else.
Right?
Maybe,
Like-
maybe that's what it is. If you grew up in New York, maybe you don't know any better. Or I mean, I'm sure New York has its good parts.
Well, like
right?
I grew up in Boston.
Yeah.
Right.
But
It's-
like you get outside of New York City, New
It's
York's
beautiful.
It is. It's really nice.
But your
Like,
tax rate doesn't change.
Yeah. Well,
You know.
yeah. When we were up by West Point, like that's a great, beautiful area.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that literally is an hour outside of New York City.
Yeah.
It's not that far.
Yeah.
If you go even further, it gets even better.
Yeah.
You know, but like growing up, I grew up in Boston, born and raised until, you know, after high school. And I thought it was awesome. And then I moved back when I was, I don't even know how old I was, 25. Yeah. And I lived there for 3 years as an adult.
Yeah.
Knowing and understanding
And
how
seeing a little bit more of the country.
and understanding how the world works, understanding taxes, understanding, you know, not to the, you know, the extent that I have today, but it was way better than when I was a kid, right? When I was a kid, it was like, oh, this is just cool. It's fun.
Right.
And then I went back as an adult and I was just like, yeah, there's some parts that are cool and some parts that are fun, but fuck, like, God damn, you know, everything is just so expensive.
Yeah.
You know, rent, fucking astronomical. And it's even worse now, but state income taxes, sales taxes, you know, all the little fees and all the bullshit and just everything, you know? And I couldn't even imagine being a business owner.
Oh, yeah.
Like that wasn't even on the radar. I was an employee then and I was like, fuck this, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah. And then, you know, over the years of moving and living in a whole bunch of different places, like that stuff matters.
Yeah.
You know, it actually influences decision making. And the people that are just like, oh yeah, no, it's fine. I'm okay with paying 40% of my income in taxes.
Well, the problem too, you pay 40% of your income in taxes or whatever, but then you're spending way more to live there.
Yep.
You know, like imagine spending less and keeping more, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know what the wage is in New York City, like what the average wage is, but
So New York City is almost impossible to live.
I would imagine.
You know,
I mean, unless you have a huge corporate job and you have a nice you're not going to have a house in New York City. You're going to have a fucking condo or some shit like that. But
So the average household income in New York City is approximately $128,000, according to the U.S. Census Bureau.
2025 varies by source, but recent data shows a monthly average of rent ranging from around $3,400 to $4,200 a month.
yeah, for $4,200 a month.
Manhattan's medium rent reaches approximately $4,500 to $4,800 a month.
I mean, that's almost a $600,000 house here in Texas.
I bet if you average out the size of those apartments too, it probably averages out to like a studio.
This
or
room
maybe-
would be bigger.
Yeah.
It'd be 2 apartments.
Well,
Yeah.
I bet for that much for $4,800 rent, you're
No,
probably
no.
getting 1,200 square foot.
You get a
No.
2-bedroom apartment in Austin for $4,000 a month.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised.
In New York, you get a closet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're lucky if you have a bathroom that's yours and you don't have to share it with the guy across the hall.
I,
No, I'm serious.
I learned a few years ago that like apartments in New York, it's like, no, you have your apartment that's like tiny. And then that's how I learned about like shared apartment bathrooms.
Mhm.
Like it's like,
Wow.
yeah, like it's like in a locker room or something. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah,
Like,
that's crazy.
yeah, I see videos of people that are like, let's go look at how much this is what $7,000 gets you in New York, and they just do like an apartment tour, and it's still like a tiny little. It's like the size of one of our offices, and it may or may not have a bathroom.
Wow,
it's insane.
Wow.
Yeah,
That is crazy.
It says the median asking rent in Q2 of 2025 represented about 55% of a typical household income.
Yeah, you're paying that much and making 120,
And the rest of it is going to taxes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
That's insane.
It is 147% higher than the national average. Yep. Yeah. I mean, it's just, how long can that sustain? Right. Do you think you could ever live in New York City?
No, I'm good for maybe.
Justin, you ever been there?
I've never even been.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. It's never even been on my list of like, I want to go visit. It's one of those I'm like, I think I could die happy without ever like going to the Big Apple.
Yeah, like
it's cool.
It was cool.
Yeah.
Like Times Square, but
It's
Times
cool.
Square smelled the closest to Iraq that I've ever been.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was.
Yeah.
I hate being in a large group of people.
Yeah,
like in a like I like going to concerts.
Yeah.
But I like going to concert. Like there's a venue here in San Antonio that has like a little covered area that has seats, and then it has like grass, and it's just kind of like open seating. And I'm like, amphitheater. Thank you. Yes. And that is like, I'm like, no, this is my shit. Like I'm okay with not being front row, but I also like that I can like stick my arms out and not be like touching everybody. Like it gives me the heebie-jeebies. I don't like it. But yeah, New York, and I'm sure I'll go one day just to like check it off. But
yeah, you need to. I mean,
yeah.
There's the cool thing about New York City. I mean, I know we just spent 15 minutes bashing it, and
I'm sure
in the potential mayoral candidate, but like the awesome thing about New York City is it is an absolute melting pot of cultures.
Yeah.
And it sounds kind of fucked up, but they're kind of segregated.
Yeah.
Right. Like you have like Little Italy, you have Chinatown, you have all these little areas that are like, oh, you want Italian food? You go here.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you want to go to bars and clubs? Cool. Check out the meatpacking district. Like there's all kinds of different areas around Manhattan that
help me remember I went to a carnival that's on the pier in New York. I can't remember the name of it.
Coney Island.
Coney Island. Thank you. Yes. Coney Island. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool. You know what? We went to a club right across from the Battleship Museum or Aircraft Carrier Museum that's in New York. The Intrepid, I think it is. We did like the nightlife was fun.
Mm-hmm.
First time I ever seen co-ed bathrooms. Like, that was interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't live there. Now I can maybe go for, if I had a layover and like went out for an evening in New York City, I would, and that'd be fun. But that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I've been there. I mean, I've been there a decent amount of times actually. It's like a 4-hour drive from Boston.
Yeah.
So, like I've gone down for long weekends for a week, and this is all just for hanging out, having fun.
Yeah.
Exploring. There's a lot of cool shit.
Yeah.
A lot of awesome restaurants, a lot of really fun bars, a lot of really shady places.
Yeah.
It's got the good and bad. There's cool stuff to do. For one, it's being able to go up into some of the skyscrapers that are up there.
Never done that.
And looking out over everything.
Yeah.
Is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
There's just so many buildings.
Well, see, when I was there was a big hole in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I've been in New York City before and after.
Yeah. I was never before.
I mean, obviously there's a major difference than the skyline.
Yeah.
But actually, no, I think I have been back since they built the One World Trade Center. Yeah. So I've seen all three now.
Yeah.
The Twin Towers, 2 holes, and now the One World Trade Center.
That's pretty cool.
We were there the summer of 2004?
2002.
2002. Yeah.
It was right after.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so it was 2 big holes in the ground. But it was cool because we were there as a unit training West Point cadets.
Yep.
And we took like a field trip day, right? And went to ground zero.
Yeah, they did a battalion reenlistment ceremony there.
And then, but I remember talking to like not the police chief, but it was like the water chief. I can't remember what that department's called.
Oh, why can't I think of
But
it?
it's a huge department.
It is.
Yeah.
And
And then I think like the
Port Authority.
Port Authority.
There we go.
Yeah, the Port Authority chief, and a couple other people, and it was cool. It was a good experience. I stayed with one of my buddies. His mom lived in Brooklyn, so we stayed there. Rode the fucking subways all over fucking New York City, which was an experience, right?
Yeah.
Like if you've never done that, it's interesting. I felt pretty safe doing it. I stayed the night in Grand Central Station because I missed the last train. Had to wait till the morning, and I didn't sleep much that night. But
Grand Central Station is absolutely beautiful. Like, mind all the put all the chaos aside, and if you look at the architecture of it, it's pretty fucking cool.
There's some history there, right?
Yeah,
but it was dirty and smelly. And
yeah, I mean,
unsavory characters
from like eye level up.
Yes,
it's awesome.
Yeah, wherever people can't touch.
Yep,
it was fine.
I feel like this is with zero experience being there, but I feel like New York is probably the most motivated city or state in the US. Because I feel like going, especially like to New York City, like, nope, this is gonna, like, I have to hustle, or it's just,
I don't think you can be a slacker.
No, like you can't really.
You can, I guess. There's
the homeless.
Yeah.
if you're shooting for above that, I feel like it's like you've got to have something big going on, or multiple things.
Yeah, I don't know how you could go there, work at a fast food restaurant, and survive.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah,
like you have to have something going on.
That's got to be one of your like 4 jobs.
Well, no, you do, but that $4,000, 600 square foot apartment now has 4 people that live in it.
Right.
Yep. So that's the average housing, right? So obviously there's stuff that's, probably 5 times that, 40, 50, 80 grand a month in rent.
Yeah.
And then there's the other opposite.
That are empty and owned by the Chinese, but that's a different topic.
Or they're
for money laundering. Yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that here.
But like all your high rise buildings, the top floors are all penthouses.
Yeah.
Right. And so you got to think there's probably thousands at least, and none of those probably go for less than 30, 40 grand a month.
Yeah.
Absolute minimum,
Yeah.
But then there's the other end too, where you have, $30,000 a month, and that's not even a penthouse.
Right. And that's a $250,000 to $350,000 house.
In West Virginia, you could buy the house for $30,000 that looks like that.
Yeah. How many square feet is it?
It doesn't have.
Oh, it doesn't say.
Yeah.
That's fucking weird.
Go down. Scroll down a little bit, Justin. Stop. 2783.
So that's good size. That's a big house.
For $30,000 a month?
No.
Oh, it's $1,500 move-in fee. $30,000 application processing fee.
$600 move-in deposit. Jeez.
Yeah, that'll cover a half of a day.
Oh, but hey, look, it's only a $20 application fee per applicant. And then for them to process it, it's $29,950.
Yeah.
That is crazy. So my cousin does real estate in New York City.
Yeah.
Or in New York. And she's been on a bunch of TV shows and stuff like that. They've done very, very, very well. But they do like the show, The $1 Million Listing.
Right.
She's been on that a bunch. And I mean, she's crushing it, but it takes, when you're dealing with clients on that level, it's a different game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah.
Another thing in the world, it is the 15th today.
Mm-hmm.
My predictions were that the government would reopen by now, and it has not.
Yep. the ninth vote this morning.
Yeah. Justin, can you put a poll question up?
I sure can.
Whose fault is this? The Republicans or Democrats? I'm curious what our listeners think.
Can you do 3 Republicans, Democrats, and then yes,
or both? Yeah,
I think we can have up to 4 choices. So if y'all want to throw in another one, we can toss that in there.
Steve.
Steve. Fuck Steve.
I swear to God, if this is your fault, Steve.
Oh. We should spin up a podcast and just call it Fuck Steve. And all it is we figure out all the problems in the world and why it's Steve's fault.
Oh, I thought we were just going to have guests named Steve.
Just berate them.
Yeah, and belittle them. Yes.
Bring him on for 30 seconds. Just go ahead and have a seat, Steve. He sits down. Fuck you. Get the fuck out of
Steve,
here.
tell me a little bit about yourself.
We don't care. Fuck you.
So I know a couple episodes ago we talked about I just got smoke my eye. The Texas National Guard got deployed to Chicago.
Yep.
And they I think it was ABC. I can't remember exactly what news station it was that shared that initial picture.
Right.
Of the heavy weapons squad.
Why do you think ABC shared that picture?
I'm so happy they did.
Oh, I think it was Associated Press.
Or the AP.
Yeah.
Well, they took it, but I can't remember what. Yeah. Either way. So I believe that they were trying to make the fact that the Texas National Guard was getting quote unquote deployed to Illinois. They were just trying to slander it. They were trying to make it look bad in any way possible that they could.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to figure it out. And I'm like, because what actually happened and what I'm thinking that they were trying to do are the opposites.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think that they were trying to make this look like, oh my God, yeah, no, use that picture because they don't look like good soldiers at all. And we're just going to talk about how bad this decision was to send them there and blah, blah, blah.
See,
but what really happened is this came out right after Hegseth's speech.
Yeah.
So go ahead. Sorry.
I think the reason they used that photo, because there's a lot of other photos that I've seen of very fit,
squared away
looking Texas Guard soldiers, right? I think the reason they used that photo was to, because of Hegseth's speech, saying, look, even these people are being deployed and used, right?
Yeah.
Like they're serving their country too, right?
Oh, I see. Okay.
But then the feedback
yeah.
and all of the memes and all of the bullshit.
I never thought of it like that.
That picture generated.
Okay.
And
that's funny.
I think that's how it backfired on them.
So let's see. Today's the 15th. This was published October 14th. And the headline is Texas National Guard members removed from 60-day Illinois deployment for failing, quote, mission requirements. 7 service members failed to meet mission requirements during pre-deployment validation process.
What is the mission requirement?
That's what I'm getting into.
I know exactly what it is. It's called a height and weight standard. So after all of the feedback and memes came out, these poor guys too. Like if you're one of these gentlemen, I'm sorry you had to go through this, but one, you put yourself in that position.
You didn't meet the standard.
You didn't meet the standard.
That's it.
You let yourself go. Like, come on now. You know, like maybe it's not your fault you got deployed. I think it's a failure of leadership for sure to send you guys on this deployment and put you in the position you were getting your photo taken like that. But
department officials did not confirm if the service members in the viral photo were the same guardsmen removed from the mission. Cover your ass.
Those dudes are getting mercilessly shit talked for the rest of their career.
I feel, like,
but
one, you either need to get the fuck in shape
as
soon as possible and prove us all wrong.
100%.
Or you're getting the fuck out of there.
Absolutely.
You know, like,
well, I mean, the military has a process, right?
Oh, goddamn. I got to bring something up. I got to find it first. So continue on.
I will say when I was in the Guard, we would set guys up, whether they were in the same platoon or company or not. And we would set dudes up in groups that lived in areas and like get them set up of like, hey, here's some gyms close to you guys, or like essentially set out like workout buddies to be like, hey, keep each other accountable and everything. And that wasn't necessarily like the Army standard or the National Guard standard. It was just like, no, like you're only here 2 to 3 days out of the month, and that's not enough time to work out and stay in shape. So let's do something outside of that also.
Yeah.
But that's just that extra accountability that comes with the Guard, because you gotta keep shit going after hours, essentially.
Active duty, like we call it the fat body programs.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you didn't make the height and weight standard, which all that is somebody somewhere decided they're going to make this graph that has on the top, it has height, on the bottom it has weight, and you pick your height and you pick your weight, and it tells you if you met the standard or not.
Yeah.
And if you didn't meet that standard, then you got thrown in the fat body program. And the first thing they did was tape you.
Yeah.
And if for some reason you were under tape, which rarely happened.
If you're jacked, you can meet tape.
But even still,
if you're jacked, you can fail the height and weight standard easily.
And you can also fail tape.
Yeah.
But it's not the most accurate way of doing it.
No.
Right. Like there's better ways to get a true number.
Yeah. There's a lot better technology that'll just tell you no.
But at that point, it doesn't matter what your PT score is. If you don't meet that standard, you have to do this program. Right.
Yeah.
And then they make you do extra PT on the weekends.
Yeah.
And you do all this random fucking bullshit, PT in the afternoons. And then they make you do a PT test, which you probably already passed. And then you pass it again, and then you're out of the program until they do the next height and weight test. And then you get back into it and just keep doing the cycle. And it's just like, okay, guys, this is a broken system.
Yeah. So this is kind of a long read, but I think it's so worth it. Let's see, Trey Gowdy, South Carolina congressman, recently responded to a reporter about the military's response to a question from CNN reporter about the DOD banning of transgenders from joining the U.S. Armed Forces. As Trey typically does so very well, he nailed it. So the question, how can President Trump claim to represent all U.S. citizens regardless of sexual orientation when he banned transgenders from joining the military? Isn't that description? Trey Gowdy's response, nobody has the right to serve in the military. Nobody. What makes people think the military is an equal opportunity employer? It's very far from it, and for good reasons. Let me cite a few. The military uses prejudice regularly and consistently to deny citizens from joining for being too old, too young, too fat, too skinny, too tall, too short. Citizens are denied for having flat feet, missing or additional fingers. He went on to explain, by the way, poor eyesight will disqualify you, as well as bad teeth, malnourished, drug addiction, bad luck, criminal history, low IQ, anxiety, phobias, hearing damage, 6 arms, hear voices in your head, self-identify as a unicorn, need special access ramp for your wheelchair, can't run the required course in the required time, can't do the required number of push-ups, not really a morning person, refuse to get out of bed before noon. All can be legitimate reasons for denial. The military has one job, winning war. Anything else is a distraction and a liability. Did someone just scream? That isn't fair. War isn't very fair. War is very unfair. There are no exceptions made for being special or challenged or socially wonderful. You must change yourself to meet military standards, not the other way around. I say again, you don't change the military. You must change yourself. The military is not about being fair. It's about taking advantage of others, and it's about winning. The military does not need to accommodate anyone with special issues. The military needs to win wars and keep our country safe, period. That's it, right? Like if you're fat, if you're too, I saw a kid get kicked out of basic training for being too skinny. That motherfucker ate 3 meals, every meal.
And dessert.
And he was just too skinny, it happens. And too tall, too short. Yeah. I don't know what the military disqualification is for too tall, too short, but I know certain jobs for sure.
Yeah.
You have to be in a certain height. So,
or below a certain height.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. For pilots, you can't be a 7-foot dude and be a pilot. because the military is not going to make a custom F-16 for you. Like,
I was like, man, that'd be kind of cool if you had 6 fingers. Like, but who's going to issue you gloves? You know what I mean?
Right.
That's the real reason. It's not because you have 6 fingers.
Yeah.
It's because we don't want to make 14 pairs of 6-fingered gloves.
But they make a great admin guy, that extra finger on the keyboard, though.
Right.
Promote ahead of peers right there, baby. But even outside of just the physical aspects, like we all had to pass a ASVAB test. Like if you want to be one of those like fucking psyops, those guys, you have to have a higher PT test or not a PT, ASVAB score.
Yeah.
Than the guys that are grunts. Like everything is required.
When you get to doing certain jobs, you have to have a psychological eval.
Yep.
Like when I went to sniper school, I had to get a psychological eval.
Mm-hmm.
And have you ever taken one of those?
Nope.
Guys, John?
I did through the VA afterwards through a program I was going through.
Okay.
It was part of the voc rehab aspect of things.
This one was literally like 400 questions.
Yeah, it's not easy.
And 17 of them were the same question worded differently about if you love your mother.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm like, I answered this, and I would go and it'd be like, just the sentences were kind of like reversed and you know, like it was crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah. Name all of the presidents who were assassinated or who had an attempted assassination. There was all kinds of crazy questions on that psych eval test.
That's wild.
Yeah, it was crazy. But like to do certain things, you have to meet a certain standard. Like,
yeah.
You know, and how, if you're a transgender, I question if you could pass that psych eval test.
No, there's no way.
Right? If it's a good psych eval test, I wouldn't
There's
think
no way.
so. Yeah.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was going to say I don't know if I want to go down that rabbit hole or not, but you know, when you're doing all the mental fitness, you know, processing,
Right.
For some of the jobs in the military, even after you're in, just to advance your career, things like that are, in my opinion, they're going to be disqualifiers.
Yeah.
There's nothing that backs the fact that if that's who you are, you're completely mentally sane,
Right.
and stable.
Yeah.
Because you are altering your hormones, which is altering your brain chemistry, which is altering your moods, which is making you unstable.
I would think. Yeah. So I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I think we agree on like if you're transgender in the fact that you're like trying to change your body to become the opposite sex, right?
Yep.
Versus, say you just have a dude in your platoon that goes out and dresses up drag on the weekends.
Yep.
Is that okay?
I personally don't give a shit.
Me either.
If you can do your job,
Yep.
you meet all the standards and requirements,
And you leave that shit out of your job.
it shouldn't be there.
It should, right.
Right. Like,
And I don't give a fuck what you do on your personal time on the weekends.
don't fucking care. Have fun.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want to fucking do.
Yeah.
Right. But if that is your identity, if that is what everything in your life is based around,
Yeah.
then you're not doing your job. You're not meeting the standards.
Well, I think it comes back to like, if you do that on the weekend, right? And then you come back on a Monday and you're like, hey, you're going to call me by this girl name now. And then now you're trying to change the military.
Yeah.
Right. That's where I think it has to stop. Like
Yeah.
the military doesn't need to conform to you. You need to conform to it. But what you do, like, I don't know. Like, I don't give a fuck if you're gay. I don't care. I don't give a fuck about any of that. It's when you try to make everybody else accommodate you, then it's not right. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't know. That's kind of where I am at with all this stuff.
No, it's you know, it's funny too, because like you back up like 20 years ago and it wasn't an issue. And then now it's an issue.
Yeah, but you back up 30 years ago and it was an issue.
Not to the extent it is today.
Oh, right before I got to Campbell, Barry Winchell got killed in the barracks. Right, like it was an
But
issue.
you don't have to go sit in a briefing and learn how to address somebody by their proper pronouns.
No.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Right. It isn't a standard now where now the military, and it doesn't, I don't know anymore, but there were briefings that the entire military would have to sit through.
Yeah.
In order to learn how to address certain people.
Mm-hmm.
Right. The only time in the military that I had to learn how to address people that were also in the military was when I was in basic training.
Yes.
And it was sergeant,
sir,
ma'am,
right.
First sergeant, sergeant major, drill sergeant, like that was it.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they, them,
No. Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, I thought of a new, I like we, he. I don't know why. We, he.
I think another piece that you brought up that was brought up in that article that you read was the whole like war is not fair.
Yeah.
And I think that's just kind of been lost as of recently.
It really has. Like, how do you expect the military to treat you fair?
Yeah.
And then if that's your mindset and then you go to war,
Yeah.
like what the fuck?
Yeah.
There is nothing fair in war.
Nope.
Yeah. The closest to being fair, the US plays by the fair rules and we're the fucking only ones that do it.
Yeah.
that is it. Unless you are fighting us, you will not be treated fairly when it comes to the enemy. And I think people have forgotten that.
You got to think, when did NATO start? It was after World War II, right? So imagine being a POW in World War II.
Oh God.
There are no global.
When did the Geneva Convention start? I think that was before NATO, though.
Yeah.
Geneva Convention was 1864.
Okay.
NATO was created in 1949.
Okay.
So there were always rules of combat.
Yeah.
To some extent.
Who enforced it though?
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
The Swiss. Okay.
Well, like think about like the Revolutionary War, right?
Oh yeah.
Like
and that was families fighting families.
Yeah, but like the way, no, that was Civil War.
I'm sorry, I heard Civil War.
Yeah, Revolutionary War. But like you're marching in formation.
Yeah.
You're lining up. And then there was these rebels that like, we'll shoot them from over here and they won't see us. That might have been breaking the rules of war at the time.
100%. Right? Yeah.
I don't know.
It was back when war had unwritten rules and shit.
But now that's the only way war's fought.
Yeah. How can I outdo them with something they aren't seeing?
Right.
Like,
so
that's fucking, prime example is Russia and Ukraine right now.
Well, they're at least both wearing uniforms.
That's true. But even then it's like they figured out the whole drone thing. Yeah. Oh, this is super effective. How can we turn these into weapons?
Right.
Like it was just surveillance. Now
boy, did they.
Yeah. But yeah, wars, especially you see like there's some dark videos out there of not the kindest of killings going on. And it's just like, like the guys that are holding the guns, all they care about is getting home at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And that's war. People are forgetting that.
Yeah. War isn't, it's not pretty.
No,
it's not fair. It's not equal.
When we were in for the initial invasion.
Yep.
Did we ever fight a uniformed bad guy? When?
When the initial stuff in Anajaf, there was still some uniformed guys.
Oh yeah.
And I believe Ishkandaria.
But that lasted like 2 weeks, right?
Not even, maybe a couple days.
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh, nope, taking these off. Because I remember like walking past like guard shack checkpoints on like intersections.
Yeah.
And they're literally like uniforms that are just taken off and left there.
Yeah.
And the dude just fucking took off.
Yeah. I remember finding uniforms, boots.
Everywhere.
Just everywhere. Like we'd be walking, and there would in the weeds, there would just be piles of like there's somebody's uniform and boots.
Yep.
There's somebody's uniform and boots, like helmets, That's where we got a lot of the fucking bullshit trinkets that we got were
The little medallions,
Yeah.
the pins.
pulled off of fucking people's uniforms. It was just
Yeah.
on a pile.
Yeah.
Yep. Bayonets.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it was nuts.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine like being
Fighting a war and taking your uniform off. And
my brain doesn't work that way. You know. No.
we might have been more effective if we could have, and then picked up some AKs and fucking
That'd have been fun. Grow a beard.
put on a man dress.
Yeah, so what I was going with the Geneva Convention stuff with the when it was originally started, it was started for medical, right? It was to make sure that the injured or wounded got treated if they were no longer a combatant,
Right.
that they were treated fairly.
I don't know if that's how it started, but like,
Well, it was the symbol was a red cross, and then eventually the Red Cross came around, and then there's a bunch of different ratifications over the years, and but essentially it was set up to give a broad overview of what's going on, and then the countries enacted laws to enforce it, and then over the years there were amendments, additional protocols, whatever you want to call it, but without going through every single little one, I don't know which ones were related to, POWs and torture, stuff like that.
That was the third convention. So the first one was the wounded and sick soldiers on the field.
Mhm.
Second convention, wounded and sick and shipwrecked members of armed forces at sea. Third convention, prisoners of war. Fourth convention, civilians in wartime, including those in occupied territory.
That was 1949, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, but previous to that, I think it was just the wounded and sick.
Yeah.
To make sure that they actually got medical attention, and you're not just like, oh, that sucks, buddy. It's
Well,
a week.
I remember reading stories about like World War I and maybe some World War II ones where there'd be a huge battle, right? And people were still fighting, but then like the battle decided to call a ceasefire for like 6 hours.
So they could come get their wounded.
Just so they could come get their wounded and stuff. Like that's crazy to me.
Some of that stuff from World War One, and there's movies and stuff and books that go into a lot of detail about them. There's stories of opposing sides playing sports teams together.
Yeah.
They're playing sports together.
It's a great one. Yeah.
There are,
on Christmas in, I think it was World War II,
The soccer game.
the soccer game.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
There's stories of how, their survival solely based on humanity.
Yeah.
Where it didn't technically need to be,
Right.
but somebody was just being a good person.
Well, I
saved an
remember,
enemy.
I remember times like that when we were in, where we would capture a dude, and it didn't take long to find out if this dude like
He was a good person or not.
was a good person or not. Because a lot of the dudes we captured that were shooting at us or whatever, it was because their families were held hostage. They were being paid to do it because they didn't make any money and doing anything else, or like you knew the difference between like the ones that really had that ideology versus the ones that were
Right.
made to do it. And we would always, you could figure that out. And I felt like we always treated them fairly well. Once we,
I mean, I've never been on trial for war crimes, so I did my part.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I couldn't imagine. You look back into some of those stories from like World War II and like in the Pacific Theater.
Right.
And some of the stories from the POWs, like the Bataan Death March and all that kind of stuff. And it's just like, fuck. Like I can't, like humans did that to other humans,
Yeah. It's insane.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what were you smoking?
Sumatra.
Yeah, I got a Connecticut. Dave gave me it. Didn't pass QC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he dropped it when he was shipping or something. Either way, it's smoking great. So
Yeah.
That Justin, you got anything else you want to add in?
Not that I can think of.
Yeah.
Yeah. We put out a little short video that I was very, very stoked on. We titled it "Get Outside and Smoke." You've probably heard us say that before, but yeah, we shot a really cool video. It was kind of fun getting behind the camera and doing more of a little scripted kind of artsier piece, but stoked with how it came out. So you should go over to the Warfighter either social media or YouTube channel and go check that out, because I'm fucking jazzed about it.
Yeah.
So.
And then you had a good 250 Navy birthday picture.
We did. Yeah. The video that Justin was talking about, I was super happy when he pitched that one because I didn't have any lines. I didn't have to say anything. All I had to do is load a side by side and light a cigar. And I'm like, done. Let's do this.
That was kind of, everything just kind of fell into the right, because I think it popped in my head like 2 days before the gator hunt.
Yeah.
And so the next day we came in and filmed all the stuff in here, and then we picked up the other shots while we were out at the ranch.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like, oh, that was a happy little accident right there. So
It's so funny too, because like when we were filming, to go film down in Weed Prairie to get the final shot on that video, you know, Justin, we load up in the side by side, and then like William, the landowner, and who was it? Mike,
Anthony, one of our hunters,
yep.
and I think it was Mike.
Yeah, jumped in the back seat. And I was like, hey guys, I'm like, just a heads up, like we're going to have to stop like 1 or 2 times. We get a couple scenes we got to shoot real quick. And they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah. I was like, we're filming this, this video for Warfighter. I gave them the rough, breakdown of what it was. And they're like, this is so gay, I'm like, whatever, dude. So we get in, we pull like around the corner, and we're like, okay, we got to shoot one right here. And so they're literally like the 3 of them are sitting there like the peanut gallery, just shit talking the whole time.
What was funny is I don't think you could hear it, but I was closer to them.
Yeah.
And they're like yelling at John. They're like, oh, you look so pretty, blah, blah, blah. And then like, I think it was like Mike turned to William and he kind of whispered, he's like, this is a pretty sweet shot though. And that's how you know they're good friends. They're going to talk shit to your face and compliment you.
But the funny thing is the video dropped. And everybody liked it.
Yeah.
And nobody said anything about how, because I told him, I was like, just wait till you see the final. Like, it's going to look way better than what you think it looks like right now. But that came out good. The 250 Navy birthday picture, that one, man, I don't think I've taken a more ate up picture ever in my life.
It looks like an AI, if AI was trying to put that picture together for you.
Yeah. I love the fact that there's like some of the people that commented, because the caption of it was happy birthday to all the squids. Does something look off in this picture?
Right.
Right. And then there was a couple of people that were like, it's going to be hard to see through those scope covers. The fact that you notice it has scope covers on and you didn't notice that the optic is backwards, right? Or that I'm holding it with my right hand and shouldering it on my left shoulder with my left eye. The magazine's in upside down. I think that might be it.
I think that was it. It's enough it should throw up some red flags.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I will say on Facebook, obviously this went up and it got shared a good amount. And I was looking at the back end analytics and through all the shares and everything. I think this post has like 250 comments. So people were sharing it and then people were commenting. So hopefully everybody got the satire and the joke.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was fun. We've been sitting on that one for like a year.
Oh, man.
I think this picture was taken like the week after the Navy birthday last year. And so we've just been sitting on this bad boy. But
yeah, 'cause I think we were down there for a gator hunt and that firearm is sitting in the arms room down there. Minus the magazine, but like that with the scope backwards.
Yeah.
And somebody else installed that scope that way. I noticed it. Shit, it's probably been 2 years now.
Yeah.
And then after that, the Navy officer had that picture that was taken where his scope's out backwards and he's shooting off the deck of an aircraft carrier.
Yeah.
I was like, Justin, we got to do this.
Well, if the idea is to hit the ocean from an aircraft carrier, it doesn't really matter.
Nailed it.
It's very true.
Nailed it. But yeah. Yeah.
He can one shot, one kill, even with his scope backwards.
It just gives you a wider field of view. Everything's just really far away. Well, I think that's enough of the nonsense for today.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Glad you guys made it to this far. Jump on over to warfightertobacco.com for all your smoky treat needs. We're about 2 weeks out from our next redacted push. That'll be November 1st. Do we get any events coming up I don't think we got anything until November.
I can't remember.
We got a bunch in November.
Which isn't too far away.
No, it's not.
So.
Oh yeah, no. I'm thinking of one in November also.
Yep. Yeah, so we'll put all those out when those start getting closer. Yeah, warfightertobacco.com for all your smoky treat needs. Don't forget to grab some night shift while you're over there. And we will talk to you guys next week.
Yep.
Cool.
Later.
Bye, everybody.